To make a great online video, there are only 3 things you need to do. I have created a simple 3-step process to create a video that your customers will love every time. It's called the Ready, Set, Go method. And every time I go through this method with one of my clients, we get a great result. People love the Ready, Set, Go method because it's easy to follow and the blueprint works. To get ready to make the video, you first need to do your video warm-up, which is step 1, the ready. I've created 25 questions for you to answer before you make a video. This is the video warm-up. Once you do the warm-up and you answer the 25 questions, the rest of the video falls into place. The questions dig deep into what your customer actually wants to see in the video. What are their fears and frustrations? Where are they in the sales cycle? And lots more questions like this. So let's get into it. Question 1 is, what is the typical demographic of your customer? How old are they? Are they usually male or female? What's their job title? Why do I ask this question first? The reason is because the video is always about the customer. It's not about you. A very common mistake that most people make when they're making a video is that they think about themselves first. They get a video camera out, they start recording, and they post it on YouTube. That's the wrong way of thinking. It's always about the customer, it's not about you. When you have your ideal customer in mind, it makes it so much easier to determine what type of video will work well. If I give you an example, if you're a major bank and you sell to CFOs of big businesses, your video is going to have a very different look and feel to someone who's selling beauty products to middle-aged women. You have a completely different market and completely different demographics. The second question is, what are the characteristics of the typical companies you work with? The size, the employees, the industries. Different companies have different drivers. A small business will have a very different requirement to a big business with thousands of employees, and your video is going to be different if you're targeting this market. The third question, how savvy are your prospects about your service? How much do they know already? This is an important question because if your potential customers have no idea about how your service works, then your job is to create a video that educates. You become their trusted advisor and you demonstrate that you're the industry guru. The thought leader of any industry always dominates their market because they have the most trust. But what if it's the flip side? What if your prospects know a lot about your service already? Then your job is to either show them there's something they didn't know, and they should know, or your job is to create videos that show why you are better than other service offerings. That's why this is an important question. Question 4 and question 5 go together. What do your prospects think they want when they contact you? And what do your prospects actually need? The reason why these two come together nicely is because you firstly have to address what the prospect thinks they want to begin with. Otherwise you won't engage them and they won't watch your video. But what they actually need might be different to what they think they want. Let me give you an example for our business. When people first come to my site, they want to know the specifics. What camera to buy, what equipment do I need? They want to learn all the exact details. And they think if they've got the best camera and the best equipment, they'll make a great video. But that's not true. You can take a home handy cam and make a great online video. Just as easily, you can get a $100,000 camera and you can make a crap video. What I do is that I address this in my videos. I always let people know that they'll find out what equipment they need to buy further down the track. I firstly make sure they understand the process and the methodology for making a great video, not just what equipment to buy. That's how I answer question 4 and question 5 for my business. Let's look at question 6. When a customer inquires, what sales cycle are they at? Are they shopping around? Are they looking to be educated? Or are they ready to buy now? If your customer is very early in their buying cycle, you would obviously use a softer and more consultative video style than if they're ready to buy right now. If you get this wrong, the video fails. What you do is you try and get inside the customer's mind and what they're thinking as they watch your video. Do they want to learn more about your industry as a whole and get more information? Or are they ready to buy and do you put on the hard sell? It really depends on what stage they're at. That's why it's good to know this. Question 7. What stops a customer from engaging with your service? Normally there's some objections a customer has before they'll sign up with your service. You try and address these in the video to make your sales job easier. Quite often you can list out all of the customer objections and these become the titles of your videos. This helps you to think of good content ideas. Question 8 and question 9. What are their silent fears that stop them from signing up? And how do you help them overcome those fears? Every customer's got some sort of fear that stops them from signing up. Most of the time it's a lack of trust, and they don't really believe that you're legitimate. What you do is that you look to subtly address these in the video. And then question 9 gives you some clues what to include in the video. The aim of the video is to overcome the fears and drive the customer to your desired call to action. So let me show you what I do in my business. For my business, a common fear is that if they sign up for my course, they won't get any good content. So the way that I overcome this is that I show samples of the content on my sales pages, so people can get a feel for my content style. I also show lots of testimonials of people who have seen my presentations and who thought the content was really helpful for their business. I also have a very clear money back guarantee. So that's what I use on my page to reverse the risk for the customer. Question 10 is how long have you been in business? The longer you've been in business, the more trustworthy you're perceived to be. If your business is new, you can speak about your previous experience levels, working with other organizations, and the results you achieved while you were working there. Question 11. How many customers do you have, or have you had before? It's always impressive to mention over 1,000 customers trust us, or over 500 customers trust us, or whatever the number is, but a specific number works really well here. Question 12 and question 13. When a new customer signs up, who are some of the key people who work with them? And question 13. What are your key staff skills, experience, or results they've achieved working with other clients? These questions go well together. We want to give your customer a view inside your company and let them know who they're working with. This builds trust. Video profiles are great. If your key staff can get in front of the camera, introduce themselves and what results they've achieved, this makes it a great About Us video. Question 14, 15 and 16 go well together as well. What services is your company known for? What services would you like your company to be known for? And how would you like to be perceived by new prospects? You can take the answers to these 3 questions and you weave the information into your video when appropriate. For example, most of our customers think that we're a book company, but did you know that we sold more computers than books last year? That's a good way of showing how your company is known now, but what you'd like it to be known for in the future. Question 17. What are 3 of the best customer results you've achieved? With this question, you want to be as specific as possible. The reason is because if people know what problems they had before they engaged you, what your process was of fixing that problem, and the specific result they had after your engagement, it makes them a lot more comfortable to do business with you, pull out their wallet and buy from you. This is a good question. Question 18 and 19 also go well together. What's your brand promise? What service can customers expect when they work with you? The video has to be consistent with your brand. So when you get the answers to these questions weaved into your video, it gives your customers a consistent experience, which helps you sell more. Question 20 and 21 also go together. What sets you apart from the competition, and why should a customer choose you? The answers to these questions in your video help you differentiate from the pack. It's important to think through them and to try and include them in the video where you can. 22 and 23 also go together. What customer has been with you for the longest time? And what's the average length of time that a customer stays with you? If you can somehow weave these answers into your video, it's a real demonstration of authority, and it helps the customer to trust you. And once again, it makes a video that sells. The second last question is, why do customers stay with you? A good answer here is a great video soundbite. Try and think through this question, and if you don't know the answers, ask some of your best customers why they decide to stay with you. And the final question, and one of the most important, is take me through your standard sales cycle, from inquiry to closing the sale to delivering the service. And what you do is that you take each part of the sales cycle and turn it into a video. And then your customers can feel what it's like to do business with you before they've even picked up the phone and spoken to you, or before they've pulled out their wallet and done business with you. This makes them feel really comfortable with your business. And it also answers a lot of the standard sales objections that go through. So it's like having a salesperson on autopilot, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's the video warm-up. That's step 1. If you've got good answers to these 25 questions, you're going to make a video that sells. Guaranteed. Good luck with it, and let's go to the next module.